I'm Rebecca Beebe, and I interviewed teachers who went to Stamford High as students about their time here.
Hi, I'm here with.
Mr. Keller.
And what year did you graduate?
I graduated here from Stamford High School in 2011, so 11 years ago.
What's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory here, it actually didn't happen at the school, but I was our school's mascot when I was a student here. It was when we were playing the Thanksgiving Day at West Hill during the day, and we won. So that was my best memory because I was the mascot at West Hill and we won our Thanksgiving game.
Was there always a legend of the pool?
Yes. I started here just as this building was being built, the new building. So that's when it was being transitioned from the 7th floor pool to the 10th floor pool.
So what did you do when you finished your work since you didn't have phones?
Well, considering I went to school when the dinosaurs roamed, I would pretty much go home after school and just pet my Triceratops.
Were you in any clubs or any sports?
Sports, no. Clubs, yes. I was, like I said, our school's mascot, and I was also part of FBLA and DECA. I did both. National Honor Society, Model UN, and I was the vice president of our school's Asian Club.
Is it more fun being a student or a teacher?
Oh, teacher.
Really?
Yeah, no homework.
Okay, that's fair.
And we get paid to be here.
When you were in school, did you ever imagine that you would be working here?
Absolutely not. If somebody told my teenage self that I'd be working here, I would laugh in their face. In hindsight, I absolutely love it and wouldn't trade it for the world.
Hi, I'm here with.
John Ringle, English Department of Stamford High.
What year did you graduate?
From here in 1999.
Pretty broad question, but overall, what was Stamford High like when you went here?
There were a lot of pretty broads. That was a pretty broad question. But check this out. Here's one thing I can tell you. I used to, when I went to high school here, I mostly took like music classes. I was really into I was in the jazz band and the band and the chorus and all that. So right now you see where we are. We're on the 6th floor hallway here by the media center and all the social workers and the speech pathologist people. But this used to be the music wing, right? And it was like down that way was the chorus room, and then that end was the band room, and then in between was just a bunch of bathrooms and offices. So I would spend most of my day just going back and forth down this one hallway right here, and then sometimes I would leave to eat or something, or the bathroom.
What is the biggest difference?
The one thing I see for you guys that makes me sad is you guys like campaign and vote for like superlatives and homecoming and all that stuff. I think that's so dumb. People used to just actually get chosen and you'd be like, oh my God, they think I got nice eyes. But they would not go around being like, vote me for best eyes, vote me for best eyes. Because I think that's stupid.
What's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory of Stamford High
Yes.
is just since it all worked out okay, it was like all the trouble I got into, like being mischievous and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was lunch like, and like how long did you have? What were the options for food?
Actually, lunch was crazy back then, now that you mention it. I remember in the cafeteria, I don't remember, oh, wait, I can tell you all that stuff. So one thing that I remember that was crazy is the cafeteria was split up into like 3 rows, and obviously there weren't like signs, but it was just like white, black, Spanish. Like it just aligned itself that way across 3 tables, which was weird. Obviously there were exceptions, but like for the most part, kids just sat by race. And like you were allowed to go to the other tables and stuff, but that's the way it was. And if you go to West Hill now, it's still like that. They have what they refer to as the white calf and the black calf. Anyway, the food was better because that little side room that was like a teacher cafe now was like, it had like Subway and Domino's pizza and all this stuff in it. Like I used to get Subway every day for lunch here. They had like little franchised versions of some restaurants in that side thing. I swear to God.
You weren't joking, right?
No, I'm not at all. There was Subway and Domino's in the school. Ask anybody who went here in the 90s.
So we can put this in the interview, and it's not.
This is valid. I'm not lying to you. I swear to you. Ask Rich Frateroli. Me and him used to get steak and cheeses for lunch all the time.
Were there any teachers that are still here, and did you have any of them?
Yep, I had Mr. Cardillo, my freshman year for math.
What was his class like?
All I remember is that my freshman year in the same class was 2 really attractive senior girls, and I didn't pay any attention to the math the whole time because I was like, I'd been in 8th grade like a month ago, and then I'm seeing like beautiful women, and I was just staying there thinking about them.
Okay. What did you like to do after school for fun? Like, what were some of the hangout spots?
I was always doing music stuff after school. I was in bands doing that kind of stuff.
When you were in school here, did you ever imagine that you would be working here?
No, that would have been a really crazy thing to tell me like back then.
Hi, I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Gillen, the English department head.
And what year did you graduate?
I graduated from Stamford High School in 1991.
What's your favorite memory from Stamford High?
Oh, by far my favorite memory is graduation day, walking down Boyle Stadium, down and waving to friends and family and, hearing the music and seeing the flags flying.
What did you like to do after school for fun? Like, what were some of the hangout spots?
So I think a lot of people that I hung out with played sports and did activities here, so we did a lot of that. And but the funny thing is that the hangout spot at night was to meet in the Burger King parking lot on High Ridge Road.
Were you in any clubs or did you do any sports?
I did. I would say the sport that I did most consistently was I was a cheerleader. I really, really loved doing that a lot. I ran track and I played field hockey for a while too. I was involved in like what we call student council now. And I really loved being part of the planning committees for the proms. That was my favorite activity that I did.
I heard from another person who used to go here in the 90s that there was archery in gym. Is that like a thing?
That was my favorite part of gym. I was just telling someone that the other day that I loved doing archery in gym. Yeah.
That is so cool. When you were in school, did you ever imagine that you would be working here?
No, I had no idea I was going to be a teacher. I thought I was going to be a lawyer. I told everybody that would listen that I was going to be a lawyer.
Other than social media, which has obviously had an impact, do students interact differently than when you were in high school?
I think so. A big thing when I was in high school was handwriting notes and passing them to people. And so you spent a lot of your day communicating with your friends that way and orchestrating it through different people. So I would pass you a note and you would give it to somebody later on, and then we would get it back that way. Oh, also lockers. You met people at your lockers.
So people actually use their lockers?
Everybody used their locker. And a lot of people shared lockers, so it was cool if like you had a friend and you shared with your friend because it was more convenient, but also because it was a good spot to see and be seen at your locker.
Is there anything that has been phased out at Stamford High that you wish was still a thing?
There used to be programming here like auto shop and different kinds of trade-related courses. And as a teacher, I always was sad to see those things go away just so that people could have different experiences here. So there was also a driver's ed course, and the way it worked is Mr. Coppola taught it, and you were in a room of these simulators. So they were like fake little cars that you sat in. You didn't actually go out on the road. There was also a typing class. It was actually right in room 266 where we're standing across from, and it was just rows and rows of electric typewriters. And if I remember correctly, I think it was a requirement for graduation.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.